Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Empowerment, the channel for twin flames and divine partners and soulmates who love art and want to feel empowered through creativity and self-expression. You know, it's a lot to be on this spiritual path, and so we need things like art and music and dance and time with friends and community to support us and to keep us going. So today I have a channeled drawing here. This is called Interweaving. And I did this a couple days ago. Actually, yesterday, I guess. It always feels like longer ago than it was. But I think we're going through a lot of interweaving right now, whether it's weaving together different sources of income to create a sustainable life, or weaving together two families if we're coming into union with our beloved, and maybe one or both of us has kids. Maybe we're weaving together our belief systems, the old ways of thinking with new ways of being and perceiving the world. And so I just wanted to create this beautiful tapestry where there's some through lines that connect everything and some consistency, as well as like these new patches, like a quilt. So this is called Interweaving. And today we're going to do a reading on interweaving and what is coming up for us through this interweaving process. We're using this deck called the Serpentine Tarot. And it's a very beautiful deck. I love the gold edges here. And I'll be doing a 5-card spread called the Diamond. The first card is the issue. So that's going to be the interweaving. The second card is the internal influence you are unable to see, or we are unable to see. The third card is the external influence of which you are aware. And the fourth card is what is needed for resolution. Finally, the fifth card is resolution, the understanding. So I will shuffle the deck here with our interweaving drawing here to support us throughout the reading. I feel like one more time is the right amount here. So 5 cards, please. Okay, the first card, that's the issue, the Knight of Swords. Chariot in reverse, the internal issue which we are unable to see. King of Wands is the external issue of which we are aware. What's needed for resolution is the Queen of Swords. And, whoa, that's too many. Well, no, I guess not. Resolution, the understanding, we got Ace of Swords and King of Pentacles. So thank you for those cards. So what do we see here overall? We have 2 kings, a queen, a knight, and an ace. and a major arcana. So this is like a very powerful energies here. I see this like pink and red color with the symmetry and the male figures, both in the issue and then the resolution. In the Ace of Swords, I see this woman falling backwards. It looks a bit ominous with a all-seeing divine eye at the top. The Chariot, we have these two like sphinx-like statues, a lot of waviness and a sun in the background. So that's in reverse here. I see some parallels with the color aspects of the two issues. With the King of Wands, oh, it's like, yeah, it's reflective here of the sun and the sun. But then in the King of Wands, we have the Kundalini energy and the moon. So that's the external issue. And what's needed for resolution, it's this woman who's like all in her head. And I think it looks like she needs to move into her body. But there's some like parallels here with the geometric shapes and the grid pattern, as well as the coloration, and I see some visual parallels here. I like to just get an overall view of the cards. So looking at the issue of the interweaving for the collective, what is going on in the energies right now regarding interweaving? So the issue is the Knight of Swords. So it's all about dynamic rhythms, intuition, creativity, breaking through old patterns, and higher self. A man holds feathers above his head, symbolizing the beginning of flight. He is overlooked by an all-seeing eye. The dynamic energy of this card is invigorated by the notion of finding one's true purpose, which lies above and beyond all status quo. Exactly, right on. So like I said, interweaving of different streams of income, interweaving of belief systems that are beyond the status quo. Oh, look, we also see the all-seeing eye in both of these cards here. I'm going through a process personally of, starting to own the fact that I'm a healer and having that be another source of income as well. Finding one's true purpose. Yeah, we're definitely looking, that's what's up for us collectively. This card asks us to find our own stride and go forth at our own pace. So trust yourself. To do this fully, we must let go of limiting belief systems, just like I said at the beginning, ones which may stem back to our childhoods and may still have an impact on our behavior. Take conscious steps to rise above these limits and be uniquely you. Yeah, so what's happening for us is this dynamic interweaving of who we truly are with our expression in this lifetime. So it's like our soul's truest self, but also landed in this physical body, and that can be pretty challenging to integrate. And so that's what's going on. But it's in reverse. So we have the shadow aspect. The aforementioned limiting belief systems may still be strong, and more work may need to be done to clear them out. So definitely do energetic healing work. I highly recommend working with a healer locally where you live, or I offer healing sessions remotely. They're 90% as effective as in person, so still very much worth it. Be patient with and kind to yourself during this process. Yeah, so go gentle. Mantra is, I march to the beat of my own drummer, finding purpose in my own time. Very beautiful. Thank you. So the Chariot is the internal dynamic that's influencing this that we're not aware of and unable to see. And that's the methodical adventurer. So new beginnings, positive change, and spiritual path. Flanked by two guardian sphinxes, the eternal sun shines. The waters are disrupted and our path is uncertain. No, I've certainly been feeling that. However, the horizon is clear and the sphinxes protect us as we go forth. Yeah, what a great message. So you are protected and guided. A big journey is ahead of us, a journey not born out of haste or whimsy. It is the calm, often complex and deep knowing that allows us to collect ourselves and begin a new chapter. This can be bittersweet, but it always comes when necessary. There is no rush. Put your affairs in order and sort out your emotions, for when you go, there is no turning back. Yeah, I have noticed that too. Sometimes I long for that old safe life, but can't go back now. And nor do I really want to. It's just when I'm feeling some discomfort on this path. Shadow is perhaps you fear the changes ahead despite knowing how important they are. No, you can take your time. There is no rush. Yeah, so if you're looking at, changing professions or ending a relationship or, offering your healing gifts to the world, don't force yourself to do it. It's all in divine timing. So I make all preparations for my great flight into new realms. So we might be kind of unconscious of all the, fear and anxiety that we have about our path and the steps that we're taking. But now that we're looking at this reading, it's definitely bringing that more into awareness and into light. So the external influence that we are aware of is the King of Wands. Unstoppable flow. Momentum, motion, drive, inspiration, and uplifting energy. A man seated in lotus position floats between the sun and the moon. The Kundalini serpent winds up his spine while an outpouring of energy flows through the top of his head. Kundalini heralds major transformation. This potent life force requires balance to channel properly. Yeah, so the balance of the sun and the moon is required. Whatever is happening now, there is unstoppable momentum. Yeah, so you can't go back, like this was saying. We are being asked to be swept along the rapid current, as uncomfortable as it may be. Hold on tight to the flow and find your balance as you go. It's so interesting because this one was also about finding your balance and taking your time. And this is saying it's a bit more accelerated, perhaps, the rising of energies and the ascension process. And so hold on tight, but you're going to be okay because you're protected by these sphinxes here. And the mantra is, I awaken to my greatest potential. So then what's needed for resolution is the Queen of Swords in the upright position. Sorry, this is hard to find sometimes. Here we go. Reinvention. Yep, going along with that whole theme of upturning who we thought we were and becoming new people, new expressions of our soul. Radiating love, intellect, relinquishing old roles. Yep, not the status quo, like the Knight of Swords said. Rationality. And it's interesting because the next channel drawing is radiating. Radiance. So that's cluing into this key of radiating. A woman stands with a large cube on her head. There is a surrealistic horror and humor here. She is caught inside of her head, though there is also radiating light shining from her heart center. Yeah, see this beautiful light right here. What will win? Here we are being asked to renounce old roles. Yep, not go by the status quo. And we can get stuck in a certain mode of performance, thinking that this is the only way we can exist, be loved, nurtured, or accepted. We are being asked to grow out of these roles and find the truth in who we really are. Yep, these are all in such harmony here, pointing to, own who you really are, not the status quo, let go of old roles. I break free of old roles and find my truth. Hello, it's going to be a more clear message. So then what happens if we do follow this path and we break free from old roles in our own time, not rushing, but also holding on tight, because it can be sometimes a rapid journey of this Kundalini ascension process. then what will happen is the resolution, the King of Pentacles. Spiritual doctor. So then we become a healer. Oh my God, this couldn't be more apt. Healer, wisdom, loving energy, strength, harvest, and work. Yep. A man appearing to be half bionic stands before glowing atmospheric crystals. He is using the energy of the crystals to power himself. The bionic half of the figure denotes the mechanical nature of the body, as our bodies are, after all, machines. We use them in this life in order to attain love, money, meaning, and all other facets of existence on this earthly plane. With this card, we are being asked to harness the pure power of the physical realm and heal ourselves through this potent wisdom. I draw my strength from the earth. That's what I was kind of saying at the beginning with the channel drawing, is like we're integrating that soul being that's grounded in this earthly plane. So he's like really connecting the spiritual and the earth, and there's real beautiful power. I mean, this is where the brightest part of his body is, and the brightest part of the card is more in the earthly plane where his feet are grounded. And using his hands, you know, we talk about working with our hands and doing work as healers, you know, the laying on of hands. There's real power in that physical presence. That's why I'm excited to be a healer, both remotely and, you know, locally, with people where I can actually use my hands. Ace of Swords. Illuminated. Clarity, new ideas, inspiration, brilliance, and powerful thinking. So basically, yeah, if we own the fact that we're a healer and we ground our spiritual knowing in the physical plane, and we integrate all of who we really are and let go of, you know, false beliefs and outdated systems and the status quo, then what happens is we get clarity, new ideas, inspiration, brilliance, and powerful thinking. A woman lies facing the sky, hovering above the ground in an open floating room, which represents the open ethereal mind. Above her is the all-seeing eye of universal consciousness. She is open to receiving divine guidance and communicates directly with the universe. Here we have tapped into pure creative inspiration, directly connected to our highest ideas, most clarified direction. This is an excellent time to take the reins on a new creative project. Totally brilliant. Yeah. So you're going to get lots of downloads from this universal energy once you let go of the chains of what you expected yourself and your life to be. Mantra, I'm open to divine inspiration. It's so beautiful. So we'll just end, thank you, Spirit, for that reading, with one affirmator card. How can we bring lightheartedness and play to this process of owning our, you know, nature as healers, as light workers, and weaving together our soul, mind, body, and spirit. Here you go. Connection. Yep, that's why we're here, connected through YouTube, connected in community, and also, you know, connect with your local community too, and local friends, phone calls, in-person dinners. I'm connected to the multitudes and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. Yeah, so keep it lighthearted, you know? Doesn't always have to be, excuse me, you know, the serious and the esoteric and the heavy lifting and the purging and the, you know, energy shifting. Go out and have some fun too. So with that, you know, I offer this to you for your edification, and may you be blessed by a message in this reading and encouraged. And so in abundant love always. And until next time, bye.